Hey guys, happy Friday. Welcome back. My name is John, and you are listening to the Tech Leader Pro podcast. It is week 22, 2023, Friday the 2nd of June. So let's get into it. So this week I launched a new project called greppr, Greppr, which is a new search engine that I've been working on for the last few months. You can find the project at greppr.org. It is a very limited search engine at this stage. It just supports basic search. So there's no time ranges or sorting or spell checking or any of that stuff implemented just yet. But I will add those features over time. But for now, it's basic search. Another limitation it has is it only has about 1 million documents in the index. But that's growing all the time. I have an indexer running now 24/7. So every single day I will be adding tens of thousands of more documents. So the intent is to grow a fairly large scale index of the internet to enable people to find the content that they need without having to be overwhelmed by ads and by spam, and also not having their results filtered. So basically, no matter who you are in the world, no matter where you are in the world, if you do a keyword search for a certain term, you will get the same results. The results won't be massaged in any way to reflect your quote-unquote personalization. So it's a bubble-free search. So both in terms of the index size and also of the features, I will expect both of those things to grow over time. I'll keep on working on it, and I will just keep on making it better. It is also limited to just text results, so there are no multimedia like images or videos. That is a design decision and is in keeping with the approach I'm taking, which is to have a back to basics ethos of having just simple blue link results that will contain the headline, the URL, and a brief description of the content. So basically it's a old school search engine, but I think it's a desirable user experience because all of the main search engines are going in a completely different direction right now with AI, moving more towards a personal assistant model where you will ask a question and you will get one answer, and that answer will be provided by the AI, so it's completely filtered. I'm not completely bought into that model. So I decided to build my own search engine, going back to the original model of here's all the results that I found, and it's up to you as a human to use your best judgment. I prefer that approach. I think other people will prefer that approach as well. Maybe it will be a niche, maybe it'll be a small group of people who will use this service. But I thought, as I want to use it, I will make it public and let other people use it as well, free of charge. So if you want to do a multimedia search, there's already Google, and frankly speaking, I don't have the time or the resources to replicate that scale. Obviously, if you want to host images and videos, that's a whole different ballgame in terms of the amount of storage and server space that you require. Indexing will take a lot longer, so it's just not something I can do on my own. And frankly speaking, even if I tried to reproduce it, it wouldn't be as good as what's already available online, so I just thought it was pointless. So I'm going to just stick with text results. So yes, this is a niche product with a niche appeal to people who value their privacy and who do not want to have their results packed with ads, filtered by AI, or have their search history tracked on an overall account. There are no accounts on greppr, and there never will be. In terms of the sites that are indexed, I control the seed list, and that is likely to remain true to protect search results quality. The seed list is a list of high quality websites that are accessed firstly by the indexer, and then those links on those websites are followed. So the indexer crawls through that subset of high quality websites on the internet, and any websites that are linked in turn from those websites will be followed as well, and it just keeps on crawling down that tree. You cannot submit a website to the index yet. The only way is via that seed list, which is private. Again, that may remain the case indefinitely to prevent spam or otherwise low quality results. I don't necessarily want to open it up to anybody being able to submit a site, and obviously I'm not going to have the time to personally moderate such submissions. So instead I will go with the seed list approach. So you can probably tell my emphasis is on quality rather than quantity, and that's something that I will measure is quality, the quality of the search results. I'll keep on dogfooding and testing every single day, and where I think there's gaps in the index, I will fill by new entries in the seed list. And also, I would love your feedback on that. You can look me up on Twitter at TechLeaderPro. If you find that there's some gaps in the index that you think should be filled, you can mention me there, and I will follow up. And I'm not necessarily that concerned about the quantity of the pages in there. Search engines like to boast about how many billions of pages they have indexed, but at what cost in terms of quality? So please give me your feedback. Give me your feature requests. Let me know what you think should be there, what you think is working, what you think is not working. I would love to get your feedback. I want to get some early users. This is a public beta, so there will be some niggling issues along the way. This is the beginning of a journey, but I would love to get your feedback, and you can influence my thoughts on this. If you have some strong opinions on what a search engine should include, let me know, and if it's something that I can develop, I will include it. The overall drive for me is to return to a previous vision of the internet where we weren't constantly being tracked and we weren't constantly being monitored in our activities and having our experience massaged based upon what an algorithm thinks we want to see. Always being in that bubble of getting the results that some algorithm thinks we want to see, because the algorithm is not satisfied with us learning, it's satisfied with us remaining engaged. So if it thinks that feeding you results that will make you happy is what it needs to do to keep you engaged, that's exactly what it will do. It's never going to give you results that challenge you or results that you disagree with. And I think that's the internet that I want to go back to. I want to go back to the wild days of the internet in the early 90s when I first started using it, when you never knew what was around the corner, you never knew what you were going to find. Weird and random websites that were on the periphery of the internet. Those websites are no longer findable on services like Google. Google will only give you the big websites, the websites that pay for AdWords. That's what you're going to get in your Google results. I want to get away from that. I want to return to discovery and finding new and interesting websites that I never knew existed on the edges of the internet, on the periphery. In my opinion, that's where the really interesting stuff lives. So stick with me on this one, guys. Check out greppr.org, and let's build something fun together. So what else did I do this week apart from launching that website, greppr.org, and the related search indexer? I also done some work on 5.today, which is my personal productivity service that I've been working on for a few years now. So there was a couple of bugs there that I fixed. There was an issue with using complicated passwords. The validation check was not handling those correctly, so I fixed the bug, pushed that live as well. And there's a few more bug fixes there that I will be pushing to 5.today in the next few days, and continually improving the service there as well. It's something that I use daily. I couldn't do my job without it, so check that out as well. It's also free. In terms of media that I'm enjoying this week, I am still enjoying Silo on Apple TV or Apple Plus or whatever they're calling it these days. It's a really great show. Please check it out. I also, of course, watched the conclusion of Succession, like everybody else. I didn't enjoy the fourth season as much. I thought it was a satisfying conclusion, somewhat. I think in general it's been an exceptional series. I would have likened to see the Logan Roy character for longer in season 4. I think they finished him off too early in the season. And I think the middle of the season really kind of dragged a little bit, but I thought the final episode was satisfying. It's always hard to wrap up a series like that, and I think they've done a good job, and the cast throughout have been absolutely sterling. In terms of reading, I finished Dune Messiah by Frank Herbert, the sequel to the Dune book. I may post a review of that at some point on my blog, techleader.pro. It is brilliant. It's my second read through, so it's absolutely brilliant. Like the entire series. And I'm really deep into A Case of Conscience now by James Blish. To give a very brief summary of the plot, if you can imagine Catholic missionaries going on a mission to spread the word of God, but they just so happen to be on an alien planet where the inhabitants of the planet are sentient snakes. So yeah, it's it's pretty random, but it's fun and it's extremely well written. It's my first book that I've read by James Blish, so I'm looking forward to reading more. So I will leave it there, guys. It's a beautiful day here in Dublin. I am looking forward to a long weekend of sunshine and hanging out with my family. I hope you guys have something nice planned as well. I hope you have a great weekend. Take care, and I'll speak to you next time. Bye bye.